Okay, so you want to create a test on School City. All right. First thing you have to do, log in. Log in through the Chandler District website. Obviously, you should know how to get into current employees and go to staff links. Once you click on staff links, scroll down till you see School City, staff. Do not click on the one for students, staff. Click on that. It'll bring you to another page. You have to log in. It's the same login as it is for your district website. You're going to want to click on assessments, okay? Assessments. Click on that. 3 choices: manage assessments, create assessments, manage collections. Well, of course, we want to create an assessment. You'll come up with options. The first option is to create a key. Maybe you created a test somewhere else and you just want an answer key. You can do that as well. But today, I'm just going to show you how to create a test on School City. So therefore, I'm going to scroll down and I want to click on Item Bank because I want to use the item, the questions that are have been uploaded to School City. So I'll click on Item Bank. It'll bring me to this page. This is where I name my test. So in this case, we'll just name it equations. Sounds good. Subject is math. Existing collection, well, I haven't created any tests, so I don't have anything there. Nothing there. Here, student selection. Schedule all students to take this assessment. Sure, if all my students were taking the same test, I would want to do that. Schedule students by grade level. I'm going to go ahead and just click on that. Let's say we're going to create one for 8th grade. So I'll click on the 8 right here. Okay, once I've selected that, go ahead and click next. Some people like to click save. You can click on save. It's just going to save it and click next. It might log you out in between and you have to log back in. At least you know it's saved up to this point. So you might want to click on save and then click next. Once you click on next, it's going to bring you to this page. Notice it says selected items by standard 0. Well, of course, we haven't selected anything yet. So here you can click on this if you don't want to select standards. You just want to give some kind of random test that makes absolutely no sense. I don't recommend it. Okay, so we're going to go down here and we're going to select some standards. So again, I'm doing it for grade 8. So I'll click on that and it gives me my options. I labeled this one equations, so equations 2. So I'm going to select expressions and equations. So I'll click on that. I'll go through my standards. I should know what standard I'm testing in. In this case, let's see. Well, I know for a fact that this is one of the standards that I'll be teaching. So let's just click on these 2. Standard here, we have 126 items. And here we have 92 items. All those items, those are questions that we can choose from. Okay. Once I'm done selecting here, I'm going to go ahead and hit save just to make sure, and then hit next. All right. Now it brings you to this page. Here, these are my questions. All right. I'm not going to go through them for this example here, but you may want to, depending. You should know what you want to test for. What depth of knowledge do you want to test for? And it's going to begin from the easiest down to the hardest. So the first ones should be DOK level 2. The majority of the time that's what they are. Then it'll progress to DOK level 3 and DOK level 4 and so forth. Okay, so in this case, again, just for modeling purposes, we're just going to select here a few questions here. Let's see. Let's just select the first. Let's see, what's that? 3, 4. Let's select one more, 5. So I selected the first 5. Once again, I click on save. Those are the questions that I want for my assessment. It tells me that they've been saved successfully. Click OK. Hit next. All right. Here's going to show me, okay, I selected questions from this standard right here. These are the answers to the questions. This is the difficulty level. Again, like I said, I chose the first 5, so of course they're medium level, and they're all DOK level 2. All right, great. If I'm satisfied with that, then I'll go ahead and hit save and then next. But if I'm not satisfied with that, I can click on previous and just go back and change my questions up. Okay, so let's hit save Okay, hit next. Now, brings me to this. Do I want to add a performance level? This you want to do if you want some data. If you're interested in the data, I'm interested in the data. I want to see what question most people missed, what they did right, what they did wrong, and so forth. What class did better than the other. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can create your own or just load from the ones available. I'm just going to load from the ones available, which I recommend because these, once you select one, you can adapt it to whatever you want it to be. So the first one here says Chandler USD template. Obviously, someone created that. At the bottom here is AJHS template. They're exactly the same, so it doesn't matter. Just pick one, and here they are. So I'm picking that performance level of 3 would demonstrate them competent, and for them to be competent, they would need to score a 60% or higher, right? But maybe I feel that that's too low. I want to change it to 70. I can go in here and actually change it to 70. Okay. Now, if I change that, I have to adjust the other ones as well. So once again, this is where you make your changes if you want to make any changes to the grading performance. So I'm going to leave it as is. Going to hit save. It says okay, we've saved it. Now let's hit next. On this page, it gives you a window of administration. This is when you can administer it online. Now, I'm not interested in giving the test online. We don't even have computers in the classroom. So I'm gonna just leave the date alone. I don't care. Method of delivery, I can grade it using the GradeCam, online, answer sheets, so forth. I'm just going to leave them clicked just as an option. If I unclick them, it says I definitely cannot use that option. But if I leave them clicked, you can or cannot. It doesn't matter. Either way. So move on to the next one, intended user. Who's going to use this, the student or the teacher? It's not saying who's going to take the test. Who's going to be using the test? The teacher. So just leave it as is. Online settings include resources. We're not doing any of that. Answer sheet printing. Again, it's the same date as the beginning, meaning you can print answer sheets from here to here. Don't worry about the date. Even let's say this ends in August, you want to give it again in December just for S&G. Then go ahead and print it in December. You'll still be able to print it. Okay? So let's say everything else is fine. I'm going to go ahead and save. You can save and close if you're done. But in this case, we're going to click save. It says OK. My next thing and final step is to publish. You want to publish it so that you can print the test, print answer sheets, and so forth. Here it says you've successfully published your assessment, and you can also go in and make changes on here, online settings, flags, scheduling, and so forth. Do you want to take advantage of the, do you want the computer to take you to these advanced settings? Yes or no? No, I've done enough. Okay, so I'm going to click on no, and it takes me back to where my assessments are. Notice at the top here, it gives you all the assessments that are available. My assessments, school, district, inspect, so forth. Mine are going to be under my assessments. So when I go here, I can see I have a green dot that tells me that it has been published. Now I can go here, click on that folder. You can print the one with the answers, and you can print the one that the kids will be taking. Also, you can click the printer icon. Once you click on that, it will give you an option to print your answer sheets. So this one was for 8th grade, so not for algebra, so for 8th grade. I'm going to click on this and be careful here. Look in here. So here I have students in period 3, semester 1. I don't want to click on period 3, semester 2. We're not there yet. So I want to make sure that the ones I select right now are just for semester 1, since this is going to be my first assessment. So I click on all the ones for pre-algebra, make sure they're semester 1, click on them. Now you can click on the answer sheet right here where it says print answer sheets. It's going to print them with their name and their student ID number. You may not want that. Well, most of the time I don't want that. I click on the generic bubble sheet. So I'll click on that. In this generic bubble sheet, I just print one, then make as many copies as I need later on in the printer, and they can fill in their name and student ID number. Okay? And that's how you make a test using standards and the item banks that are available on School City. Hope this helps out. Have a good day.